Whoa, hi Richard. You are our first attendees today. Tamara, right? Is this the right pronunciation? Welcome, Gina. Welcome, Gina. Owen, welcome, Owen. Owen Felix. Is this the early morning in Europe? What time is it now? 11 a.m. Wow, not that early. So after this workshop, you can have a delicious lunch. This workshop will start 5 minutes later. Let's wait for more designers. Thank you, Rina. Thank you, Gina. Oh, there's new attendees, but I don't know how should I call you. Or Han Cook Baker. Yeah. I'm trying to pronounce it your name. Do you want to say something because you raise your hands up? No? Welcome to join, guys. Yeah, if you want to say something, I can allow you to talk. Wait a minute. Do you want to say something to others? I haven't used this feature in June. Yes, yeah, hi. Have you guys tried ProtoPie before? Maybe you can let me know in the chat window. So today's workshop is for very, how to say, it's not related to your level of ProtoPie. So everyone can join, everyone can hear, because today we won't learn a lot of features of ProtoPie. We just introduce some how to set up your team into ProtoPie and how to invite members to your team and how to set up your share options, these kind of things. Oh, thank you, Richard. I have to read it, your feedback loudly. ProtoPie has been making Richard's life better for many years now. Thank you, Richard. Oh, I will capture your feedback and share it with our team later after this workshop. Okay. Welcome Hanjun. Hanjun, right? Hanju. Sorry, Hanju. Welcome Hanju. Okay, I think it's time. Oh, you are Korean in Berlin, Hanju. Welcome. I think it's time to start our workshop, and I will share my screen. And let's see. I will share my screen. And if you have any questions during this workshop, please leave them in Q&A window, because when I share my screen, I can't check the chat window. So let me open my Q&A window first. I'd like to open my Q&A window here and share my slide. Yeah, so now if you have any questions, I can check them in the Q&A window. Okay. First, welcome to join our workshop. And today we will learn how to onboard your team to ProtoPie. Let's quickly jump to next page. So today we will learn those 6 parts. And a lot of designers and decision makers contact us, and they tell us when they decide which prototyping tool should be a part of their design flow, they always take a look at those 6 factors. So first one is why I should choose ProtoPie, why our team should choose ProtoPie. And after they decide to use ProtoPie, next one they will think about the plan, because in ProtoPie we have 3 plans: individual, team, and enterprise plan. So they always ask which plan is fit for us, fit for our team, and what's the difference between them. And third part is after they decide or after they purchase ProtoPie, they need to set up ProtoPie and invite their team members. But however, on our website, there's no any guide about this part. So maybe you can, I hope this part could be helpful for you. And today we won't learn a lot of features of ProtoPie. I will only introduce some features related to collaboration. If you want to learn ProtoPie, like variables or components or formulas, those things I will introduce them in the following 3 workshops. So from 2 weeks later, we will have 3 workshops. We will learn from basic, beginner, and until the advanced features. And the last 2 parts, we will learn how to share your prototype to different people, like users or developers. Okay, let's start our first part, why your team should use ProtoPie. Before we made ProtoPie, our team did a survey and asked designers about the biggest challenges they faced at work. Over 80% people answered, express and test my interactive design ideas. So that means I think that nowadays a lot of tools they can use for express their static design ideas, but there's no easy way for interactive design ideas. So we want to make a tool because we believe that every designer has great ideas, right? But however, as smart devices has become so diverse, so your creative ideas are left unexplored because of expressing, communication, or testing them. So those things becomes too difficult or too expensive. So that's why we want to help you guys, and the method we choose is making a prototyping tool. That is ProtoPie. So we want to build ProtoPie into a tool that can be used without code. And at the same time, it can help designers express complex interactive ideas. In order to meet these needs of easy to use and high fidelity, we have given ProtoPie a unique conception model. I think this conception model you already familiar with, that it is every interaction can be expressed by combining object, trigger, and the response. So today there are over 100 countries designers express their ideas with this conceptual model. And these demos you are looking at were collected from the Dribble. So all of them made by ProtoPie, and you can easily find them in Dribble. The very interesting is the middle one. This designer used prototyping tool ProtoPie to make another prototyping tool. So because it's too realistic, so I thought maybe we have a new competitor. So I even searched this app, but I didn't find any information. So I guess this demo is just a demo, not a real app, but it's very funny. And in addition to common interactive gestures, such as page transition, tap, move, drag, we also support the sensor aid interactions. So for example, you are able to use real keyboard or native keyboard to make typing interactions. Also, you can open your native camera of your device. Two weeks ago, we released a new version called 5.1. So in that version, we add voice interaction feature. So that means you can make voice interactions across devices. Let's watch this demo.
What are you looking for?
Animation movies.
Okay, which animation movie do you like?
Very cool. When I show this demo at our 5.1 release workshops, a lot of designers thought it's very awesome. And the more awesome thing is when we make this demo, the whole process, we didn't code anything. So all process without any code. If you're wondering how did we make this demo and how to use voice interaction, this feature, I recommend you to check our recording, the last workshop recording. We already put it on our YouTube channel. Okay, so prototyping as a part of design process, in addition to learning how to use this tool itself, the more important things is how this tool can be integrated into the design process, right? So we made a very general design process. I know each team has their own design process, but this flow you currently looking at is just a general one. And during this flow, each step has a ton of tools you can choose. And when we make ProtoPie, we are focusing on the high fidelity prototyping part. But from this year, we want to extend the ProtoPie's use case. So we add more features for design systems and handoff. And when you start using a new tool, you don't need to worry about how about the tools I'm currently using. For example, Adobe XD or Figma or Sketch. So those tools are graphic tools. So you can keep using them, and after you finish the design, what you need to do, just import the assets to ProtoPie and add interactions in ProtoPie immediately. And this year we released a library, so shareable components and handoff. So with those two features, you can build your interactive design system, and you can get an easier way to deliver your ideas and to your developers. So today I will introduce those two features later. This is our first section about why we should choose ProtoPie. Let me check our Q&A window. If you have any questions, you can share it there. It seems no questions, but I got the notification. It seems someone shared something in the chat window, but I can't check it now. Okay, there's no questions in the Q&A window. I will continue to our slide. So next one is which plan you should choose. And as I mentioned, ProtoPie have 3 plans: individual, team, and enterprise. So the biggest difference between individual and team is the collaboration features. So for example, as I mentioned, the shareable libraries or handoff or command, leave the comments on your prototype. Those features is related to collaboration. So that's why we only provide for team plans. And for team plan and the enterprise plan, the biggest difference is the security part. Let's say if your company not allow you to upload file externally, that means maybe you need a on-premise cloud. So an enterprise plan is right for you. Or another difference between team plan and enterprise plan is the ProtoPie Connect. So ProtoPie Connect is a ProtoPie plugin. You can think it as a plugin. So with this plugin, with ProtoPie Connect, you can make interactions between hardware and software. Or also you can make interactions between several screens. So I will also introduce a little bit about ProtoPie Connect later. And also we provide a 3-hour free training for enterprise users. And for the price part, you can find more information on our website. And if you are interested in enterprise plan, it's better to contact our salesperson, because this price, it depends on will you use ProtoPie Connect or which security level you want. So yeah, I think our salesperson will give you the exactly the totally number you need. Any questions for this table? No. I guess most of you guys are designers. You don't care about the the price, right? But we got a lot of questions about the plans, so that's why I introduced it at this workshop. Then, if you don't have any questions, I will just skip it quickly. And next one is how to manage your team. For this one, I'd like to share my screen. ProtoPie to cloud. So as you guys already know, in ProtoPie have 3 parts: ProtoPie Studio, ProtoPie Cloud, and the ProtoPie Player. So after you finish, you can make and edit your prototype in ProtoPie Studio. And after that, you can view it or do user testing on ProtoPie Player, or also you can upload your Pi file to ProtoPie Cloud. So with ProtoPie Cloud, you can share your prototype with a link. It's very easy. Actually, on ProtoPie Cloud, we have more features, more than just share a link. So as you can see, the current account I'm using is in team plan. So with a team plan account, you can see in the left corner there are one personal space and the multiple team space. So every plan has a personal space, and the whole prototypes you upload here will even can be shown to everyone. Let's say even they don't have ProtoPie account, or even they don't have a ProtoPie account, or even they don't get your share link, but if they can guess a link of any one of your prototype, they can just show it and run the prototype on their own browser. So this one is easier for sharing, but it's not safe for your design assets. That's why we recommend if you are working for a company, in a company, we recommend you to use team or enterprise. So in the team space, there are several projects you can create. Actually, you can create unlimited project, and then each project you can upload unlimited PI files. And only the person who in your project who has been invited to your team can check your prototype. So this is the security level is higher than the personal plan. For the project, there are two options. One is public, one is private. For the public one is every members in your team can see your prototype. So who are the members in your team? You can set them up in the settings page and in the members page. On the members page, as you can see, currently in this team, there are 5 members. And each members, they can choose a role from editors or viewer. So editors means they can open ProtoPie Studio and make prototype by themselves. But for viewers, they cannot edit prototype, but they can see your prototype and leave comment for it. And so for team plan, you just need to pay for editors. And for viewers, you can invite unlimited members. And those projects, when you create project as a public, that means every members in your team, those 5 members, they can check your prototype. But if you create this one, let me say, private project. In this project, if you have any PI file here, only the member you added to this project can see them. So currently we have 5 members in our team, but now only Fredo and myself can check the prototype that I uploaded to here. And yeah, this is how you can set up your team. For example, each team account, you can create maximum 5 team space. So for example, in your company, maybe you have a, let's say, website design or mobile design and animation design. So maybe you can create 3 team space and invite different team members there. And each team, you can create unlimited project. And in each project, you can upload unlimited PI files. Okay, so this is a structure of your team space. Do you have any questions about this one? No? Wow. The 2 days ago, I did the same workshop before. I got a lot of questions there. But today, Rika asked how we can invite our viewers. Nice question. So go to the site in page And here you will see invite new members. No matter they are editors, you want to invite editors or viewers, you should click this button, and then you should invite them separately. So viewers, as I said, you can, they're unlimited for viewers. So for example, Leia and ProtoPie, comma, and you can say Rika at ProtoPie. So you can invite several people at the same time. But for editors, you should check your seats first, because we charge seats for team plan. So let's say if you want 10 people can edit prototype by themselves, that means you need to purchase for team seats. And each seat, you can assign one editors to it. So currently, I purchased 2 seats, but I already assign 2 members to those seats. So that's why I cannot invite more. Did I answer your question, Rika? Okay. Sorry, I can't pronounce your name, but your question is, can I ask we can use same time in cloud? No, that is not our current feature, but who knows, maybe maybe we can make it happen in the near future. But currently, you have to edit them separately. Add your prototype on ProtoPie Studio separately. Rika asked again, all members can view the projects. If your project is the public project, yes, every member in this online workshop team, they can see your project. Can set a privacy, yes. So if when you set up a project, when you set it as a private, this one, then you can invite part of team members. Okay. Let's move to the next part. Next part is learn some useful features for your team. So this time I will open my ProtoPie Studio. So the latest version is 5.1. Okay. So there are a lot of features are useful for your team. The first feature I want to introduce is import. We support those 3 tools to import assets to ProtoPie. By the way, which tool are you using now? Which tools are you guys using now? Figma? Oh, I find a way to open chat window, so you can answer me in the chat window. Figma. Okay, cool. I prepared a demo for Figma. Yeah, I know Figma is very popular recently. I prepare a very simple design on the Figma. So as you can see, I have several dashboard. I want to assign them to ProtoPie. So first one, what I need to do, just click the import and select Figma. Because Figma is an online tool, so the import process will take longer than others. It's totally depend on your network. We are trying to improve the Figma import in the next version. So I think currently I know you guys have some pain point about Figma import, but I believe in the next version, 5.2, most of them will be solved. Okay, so currently you have to import Figma dashboard one by one. So for the first one, I have already imported. After import, a lot of users ask us, oh, I want to edit my text, or I want to edit my image, but I found after importing, they becomes to an image. So how should I deal with that? Currently, if you want to edit a text, you just need to select it and go to the property panel. You will find this one, convert to text. And then you can start edit it. So this is the solution for the text. And for the image, let's say this one. Currently, if you want to edit it, say you don't have, there's no better way to do that. You have to go back to ProtoPie and let's say select this layer. Where is it? Select this layer and copy it as SVG, and then pass it to ProtoPie. So first, it's still an image, but you can click this convert to shape, and then you can see you can change color here, change it to other colors, because current now is a shape, is a shape, and you can change the property now. And let's say this is our assets already import here, and you don't need to change the structure, right? Because they're same as your Figma file. So what I can do next is just adding interactions. So for example, in ProtoPie, we have a ton of triggers and the responses. If you already used the ProtoPie for a while, I think this concept model is very familiar to you. So let's say add a start trigger. So start trigger means before, when I ran this prototype, I don't need to tap anywhere. Some interactions should happen automatically. So that is the start trigger. And the interactions I want to make, for example, I want this battery and the speed, those cards shown on the screen one by one. So what I need to do, just add opacity for the first card, and and then this opacity should be 100. So then I can see it. Same for the second card, opacity to 100. And before I play them, I just need to set them up to 0. So the initial state is they are not visible. However, when I ran my prototype on the preview window, as you can see, they were shown together. And also we have timeline, so you can adjust your timeline or duration here. So in this case, you can see they will appear one by one. This is very simple case, and we will learn more complicated interactions in the advanced workshop. So today, I'd like to just quickly skip how to make interaction parts. And the next one I wanna let you know is, because our conceptual model is very, the good thing is you can make anything you want with this concept model, but the bad thing is, inconvenience part is you have to make interactions one by one. So to solve that problem, we provide component feature. So let's see, for this card, when I tap it, when I touch down, I want its scale changed smaller, and also the origin should be the center. And at the same time, I want it give me a shadow interactions. So it can looks like I tapped it. Let me try. And when I touch, when I touch up, then I want to reset it. So reset means I want it changed by to the initial state. Let's see the interaction. Okay, so this is the interactions I give for the GPS, this one card. However, what if I want to give same interactions for all of those 6 cards? So without component, you have to copy and paste them one by one and change the object for those triggers and responses. However, now with this component feature, you just need to click it, and then you will see those interactions disappeared. Where are they? They are in the main component. So after you make this one to a component, you can find it in your local components here, and click it. You will see it. See this interactions, micro interactions with those pieces, interaction pieces. And now if you want to make others, you just need to drag it to your screen, right here. And interactions, as you can see, they will be copied at the same time. And now what you need to do, just change labels or change designs. So it's easier for your managing your Pi file, or save, also it can save your time. Yesterday we got a lot of questions is how should I change this name, or how should I change those icons? They want to override those icons. So currently, if you want to change anything, for example, this text, now currently it's still an image. So if first one, you need to you need to change it to text. So to do that, you have to go to the main components here and select it and convert it to text. So when you go back to the scene, as you can see, now I can change it to colors or settings. The origin, I need to set it to the center. And then, as you can see, yeah, now it's correct. And another one is how should I override those icons? This one is not easy currently. So what you need to do is, first you need to delete it. You need to delete it and go back to Figma. So as I said, you can copy it as SVG and go to your component here. Pass it here and delete the groups. So that means this icon now is not a groups, but is an image. Why I should change it to image? Because in ProtoPie, you can replace images, but you cannot replace groups. So now because it's image, I can easily, let's say here, go back to your scene and select this replace. Then I can, where is it? Here. So I already export this icon from my Figma file. So I can just replace this image to this call icon. Yeah, I know it's not easy because you have to export the whole icons from Figma as an image first. So but with next version, we hope we can help you to solve those problems. Let me check, do you have any questions about component? Answered. Richard asked, does convert to text works for Sketch as well? Yes, convert to text works for all of them, Sketch, Figma, and Adobe XD. I see robots. ask a question in chat window. When I import a scene which contains symbols, the full components is an image which is not editable. Is there a way around that? We already find a solution, but it's for next version, so 5.2. Currently, yes, they will import as image, but from next version, if you are using Figma, I think we can solve this problem. Yeah. Actually, we already solved it, but you need to wait until the next version release. Okay. So for components, there are three reasons we need to use components in those three situations. First one is if you want to manage your Pi file in a better way, I recommend you to use components because it can make this interaction panel seems more clear. And second reason is if there are a lot of interactions, they are repeatable. You don't want to make everyone one by one. So in that case, I recommend you to use component. And the last one is if you want to share your component to your team, of course, you need to use a component. Let's say your team have 5 or 2 designers. They are collaborate together to make one prototype. In that case, maybe you want to make some components together and you want to share with each other. So you guys don't need to make everything by everyone. In that case, I recommend you to make components separately. So one is for maybe one person for the first page and second person for another page. So after you guys made those components, you can create a library and share components through the library. So components, actually, those are 3 reasons I recommend you to use component. And components cannot be shared directly. You have to create library first and share library with your team. So in ProtoPie, we have 3 types of library. The public library is for, those libraries are made by others. So actually currently it's made by our team, ProtoPie team. So we provide 2 basic public libraries. Every plan, no matter you are using individual team or enterprise, you can using them. And for personal library, this one is made by yourself. Also, it's provided for every plan. But maybe you have a question why I should use personal library. Let's say if you have 2 devices, you want 2 computer. One is you create a lot of components when you work at company. However, when you go back home, you want to finish your prototype, but you didn't bring your Pi file, right? So in that case, I suggest to you is you can create your personal libraries because those libraries will saved on ProtoPie Cloud. They are not saved in your computer. So that means you can, no matter where you are, you just need to sign up, log in with the same account, then you can reuse the components you made before. And for the team, this one is for your teamwork. So it's not for yourself, it's for your team, other members. How should you make team libraries? First one, you just need to click this plus button and give a library name. For example, test layer, and give a description for second workshop. And then you can save where you want to save. On ProtoPie, the account I'm using, Proto Education, this account is in 2 team space. So that's why when you save this library, you need to choose which team you want to share with. Let me choose online workshop, create it. After you click this button, you will there a new window will, yeah, it's new window here. So this UI seems very similar with your Py file UI, but actually it's not a Py file, is a library, because you can find it is called library edit mode. So everything you are changing here means you are added the text layer this library. So when you make components, you can add it. You can make component here in your library mode directly, or also you can just copy the components you made in your Py file and paste it to your library. You can find it here. And don't forget one thing is very important is if after you finish editing, if you want to share your library with others, you need to click this publish button. Save it and give it version name, publish it. So only when you publish it, your other team members can use those components you made. If not, those changes will be saved in this library, but others cannot see those changes. And after you made it and publish it, other members can find those components. This is one is just we added. So they can find your component and start using it immediately. Okay, let me check Q&A window. Do you have any questions about library and components? When we import our projects in ProtoPie, we can use init. Yes, yes, it is a question. Yeah, my answer is yes. And Robert asked, when I import a screen which contains symbols, the full components is yeah, I already answered you. Yes, you will get a solution in the next version. And Richard asked, do components static inside other components work inside a team library if the child component is not also in the team library? Oh, let me check. Did I totally answer your question, Richard? So you are talking about, let's say this, this is let me go back. This is component. And when I make another component, let's say this is a new component. In ProtoPie, you can drag component to another component. So that means in this case, this component one is a parent component and GPS is a child component. And your question is, when I add this parent component, component one, to, let's say, text layer, and your question is, this child component GPS, will it be added to this library at the same time, right? Did I understand correctly? If I understand correctly, let me try. I haven't tried it. So this is parent, right? And let me open my text layer library. And I will delete the child one first. I delete it and copy and paste, copy the component one and pass it to my library. Yeah, as you can see, the child one will be pasted at the same time. So for your answer, for your question, the answer is yes. And next one is, oh, you mean Figma components or sketch symbols can use in ProtoPie, where we can create only in ProtoPie? You for the next version, I'm not sure the final specification of the next version. So currently you cannot use a sketch symbol in ProtoPie or Figma component because they will change to image. For the next version, maybe I can answer you at the next version release workshop. Sorry. And Richard asked, do you offer component versioning with rollback? Yeah, good question. So that's one I will introduce next. Currently, I think you don't have any question about the component and the library in our studio, right? Then I will jump to ProtoPie Cloud. So as I said, you can share the library you created and shared with your team are saved in ProtoPie Cloud. So go to one of your team space and you can find those libraries here. So currently I have 2 libraries. Open one of it. This is the library we just made together. Here you can find the version history. So as you can see, I made 2 versions. One is without GPS, one is with GPS. So let's say if you want to go back to the first version, you can restore it. So when you restore it, everyone will use the first version, but the second version will still there. So if in the later you want to go back to the second version, you can still find the restore button on it. So to answer your question, yes, we offer component versioning. Actually, it's a library versioning. For components, we don't have. So, so I recommend you to save components to your library. And in this page, library pages, you can find library members. So library members means who can edit this library together with you. So here in our team, we have 5 members, but currently only I can edit this library. Those another 5 person, they can only use it. So if you wanna, another people can help you to build your library together, you can just select one of them or all of them, and then they can create components together with you. Okay. Let me check. One attendee asked, do library components keep triggers? Library components keep triggers? Sorry, I'm not sure, do I understand you? So you mean these triggers? In this component, we have 2 triggers. And so the interactions is here, what you can see, but I'm not sure. Actually, I don't totally understand your question. Could you explain your questions in the Q&A window? Sorry. And I will jump to the next part is how to share prototype with others. But I will check your question later. So how to share your prototype with others? First one is go back to your Pi file and save it first. Let's save it here. Yeah. And then upload it to your ProtoPie cloud. And currently I have a 3 space, right? So you should choose one where you want to share. This prototype I want to share with my team members. So I will upload it to online workshops. And here I have a 3 project. So let me save it in ProtoPie 5.1. And then you will get a link. So copy this link and share with your team members. Then they can open it and preview your interactions on any browser here. And also they can leave comment for you. And here they can download your ProtoPie file, or they can get a share link, share it with others. But I know when you share prototype, it's not only for share with your team, right? Maybe you want to share with your users to do user testing, or you want to share to your developers because you want they help you to develop your ideas. So first one, let me explain one by one. First, when you want to share with your team members, so it's very easy. You just need to let them know you upload a new Pi file on your team project and just share the link to them. If they are in your team space, no matter they are editors or viewers, they can check your prototype. And second one, if you want to share with a user and you want to do a user testing, but maybe you don't want they can download your Pi file, right? So you can go to this one, access settings. In this case, you can set it to anyone with a link can view it, because even most of users, they are not designers. They don't need to create a ProtoPie account. So in that case, you should change it to anyone with the link and who can download. So you can keep it as only team members can download. So in this case, when you save it and share the link, let me open a Iconish to window. Let's say this is your user window. So when they open this open your link, they cannot download your Pi file, but they can check your interactions. But our users ask, when I do user testing, I also don't want users see your sidebar or those download buttons. In that case, go back to your ProtoPie Cloud. And here, you can find share with display options. So with these options, you can set up, if you don't want to show UI, you just need to cancel this option. And also you can check which cursor, what type of cursor you want to use. So maybe you are making a website interactions. In that case, the arrow cursor is right for you. After you set it up, you will get a new link. Copy this link and share it with your users. As you can see, in this case, users won't see the sidebar. So with this feature, especially when you make a TV, the bigger monitor interactions like TV or website, so this this share options will be very helpful for you. And last one is how to share your prototype to your developers. Let's see this one. For developers, what they need to know are two things. One is what kind of interactions including in your prototype. Currently, without any explanation, developers, they don't know what they should do. Let's say here, you are showing they should tap here, right? But there's no any other interactions. So maybe they will see, this is the only interactions you made, but actually you have more pages after this. You add a scene jump or other interactions, but they can't find it. So first one, they need to know what kind of interactions you want they develop. Second one is each interactions, what the value of it. So the value means the specification. So what the speed or what's the duration with each movement. So to let them know that parts, currently you have to write down whole things, whole explanations by yourself. But with ProtoPie, we can create it for you automatically. that feature, we call this interaction recipes. So because we thought a ProtoPie, like a cookie, is very delicious, and it's an interaction, and you guys, designers, are chefs. So you are cooking a very delicious pie, but you want the developers can cooking it with the same recipe. So the recipe can help them to make same thing what you deliver to them. So that's why we give it very interesting, awesome feature name, interaction recipe. And when you click this button, you will jump to a recording page. So here, when you tap these interactions, they will be recorded. And then after you tap the stop recording button, you will jump to a new page. This page, we call this recipe page, and we create it for you. So for designers, what you need to do, just record your prototype. And then you can share this link to your developers. When developers get this link, they will see the same UI, same user interface as you. So here they can check what the interactions they made, because this is a recording, or also they can drag these timeline indicators to check details. For example, it seems this battery, right, is appeared in 0.31 seconds. This is a spec. And then another one shared, and another layers shared in 0.2 seconds later. So those specific time or interactions, they can check it with this timeline. Also, they can tap each triggers or each response pieces, and after they tap it, they can find the spec here in this window. So this window is telling me after I jump to this scene, something should happen automatically, and what will happen? So happen is the opacity, and the opacity will change from 0 to 100. And the current means when I drag my indicator, at this moment, the current opacity is 2.86%. And these interactions, this opacity will happen with in 0 to 0.2 second. And also those easy in values are very important for these developers. So they can get those values here. Also, if they want to know your structure, the structure of your design, they just need to hover the cursor here. They can check each layer's distance. Okay, so this is our recipe feature. And who can make a recipe? Currently is only the person who uploaded this pie file. So this pie file made by me and I uploaded. So only I can record a recipe. And the viewers or other editors in our team, they can check my recipe. So everyone can check my recipe, but only the person who uploaded this pie file can make a recipe. Okay, let me check our Q&A window. Do you have any questions about recipe? So if a team member use that component, will it have the trigger saved to it? No. If other members are using a component, you don't know who are using it or how they're using it. Also, no matter how others using your components, it won't influence the components in your ProtoPie. No. No, any questions about our recipe? Okay, so the last part I want to introduce is the connect. So let me go back to my slide. So we talk about how to access management and I introduced the import feature, component, library, and the recipes, features that can help your team. And also we learned how to share to your team designers or share with users. Also, you can use a recipe, this feature, to share your prototype to developers. The last part I want to introduce is a connect. So as I mentioned before, with connect, this plugin, you can make interactions between hardware and the software. And also you can make multiple screens interactions. So this is ProtoPie Connect. This is ProtoPie Connect. And as you can see, is you need to install it to your computer separately, like ProtoPie. And we support it. You can install it in Mac and Windows, like ProtoPie Studio. Let me remove them now. And here you can, let's see, you already finished, you already made some interactions in ProtoPie Studio, and now you can add them to your ProtoPie Connect. So what I made is interactions for washing machine. So this is my smartphone and this is my washing machine display. I wanna make a demo is, I wanna control the temperature. What's the washing temperature with on my phone? So in that case is interactions between two devices. And if you wanna test it, test them, you need to upload it to ProtoPie Connect first. And next one, view all. So as you can see, the two Pi files, I can view them at the same time. Let me change it smaller. And this is my phone. This is my washing machine. And here, when I tap this temperature, you can see something changed on another screen. And I can change temperature here. And the machine will change at the same time. So with ProtoPie Connect, when you make this, when I made this Pi file, I made the two Pi files. One is for the washing machine, one is for my phone. And then I uploaded to my ProtoPie Connect. And also you can view them one by one. So click this button, then you can view the washing machine, and this one is my phone. Also, we have a feature called debug. So this one is for, let's say, this washing machine, this part is, you need to test it on your real device, but your real device, the hardware part haven't be ready. So you just need to test your mobile phone. Does this work very well? So in that case, I can open my debug and open my phone. Where's my, here. This is my phone prototype, and this is my debug page. So as you can see, when I tap something, again, when I tap on my phone, you can see the message is sent to ProtoPie Connect. That means one of my Pi file, one of my screen's interactions works very well because it can send message successful. And when I change temperature, you can see the message and the value are sending to ProtoPie Connect. And once your hardware are ready, you can send those message to your hardware. So though in this way, you can connect a hardware with your prototype. Actually, with this Proto Connect, you can also make interactions with hardware, Arduino, and your phone or your browser. So, but these features need a little coding because Arduino, it need a little coding. So if you want to learn more about ProtoPie Connect, I strongly recommend you to go to our ProtoPie website, and you can find the more informations on solution page here. So there are more demos and more informations how ProtoPie Connect can help you. Also, you can request a demo. So maybe you're wondering what kind of hardware ProtoPie Connect can connect with. So you can request a demo and ask questions there. Okay, so this is the whole thing I prepared for today's workshop. And from November, we will have, oh, sorry, this is American. For Europe, we have 3 more workshops, same, but a different time. Sorry, Gina, could you share our workshop schedule in our chat window? So those workshops are for American time zone. For Europe time zone, yeah, Gina already shared a link, so you can check the workshop fit for your time zone. And then I will leave this June link a bit more and to check, do you have any questions? Thank you, guys. If you have any questions, I will keep answering you in this Zoom link. And yeah, enjoy your lunch. Thank you, Richard. Let me know if you have any questions. I will keep open this webinar link until 10. Is your 12:10 maybe? Thank you, email. It's very hard to me to read in your guys' name, but thank you. Let me search how to pronounce it, your name. Emil. Yeah, thank you, I'm Emil. Thank you. Even I don't know how to call your name, but yeah, thank you. Thank you for coming very earlier. Okay, it seems no more any questions. I will close this workshop and see you in the next maybe beginner workshop. See you guys. Bye bye.